were done working on this junk.
Well, I believe what I said was that a wise man would kick it into the shed, close the door, and only visit it when he needed to take advantage of its rich store of used Jaguar parts. I believe that's what I said.
A wise man.
Yeah, a wise man. But I'm running a YouTube channel, so here we are.
All right.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get this thing running. Now we've already got it running, obviously, but it does have a rod knock, so we got work to do. And let me show you.
All right.
Dang it. Now the point of this is to get this thing running, and we're going to take it on a road trip like we did the convertible. We're going to go to some place where we haven't actually firmed up the arrangements yet, but in fact you probably won't know until we leave. But it's going to be more rigorous than the Black Hills trip.
Okay.
So number one, obvious thing is we got to fix the engine.
Yep.
And so what we're going to do is we're going to pull that one out, and during the next month or so I'm going to be building another one. And it's going to be out of parts that I've got laying around here. It's going to be a good engine, but we're going to get this done for $100. Okay. And I've been looking over my shelves to see what I've got, and I think that $100 is basically for planing the heads. Everything else pretty much we're going to do or have on site. That is my responsibility. Brakes, we're going to try to get that done today because I'm going to drive this thing through the end of the shed one of these times. So we got to get them at least going on a preliminary basis. But before we leave, I think we may actually have to do a complete overhaul. And I've actually got the parts for that on site, including hoses, flexible rubber hoses.
Right.
That is going to be, the overall responsibility is going to be you. Electrical, again, Captain Electron, you're the man. The issue being that when we hook up the battery, without even putting the key in the ignition, the lights come on, buzzers come on, all that sort of thing. You got an issue there, maybe it's as simple as an ignition switch, but I doubt it. So that is Tony. The interior is an issue because there's a lot of mildew and mold in there, and there's no way we're going to drive that thing anywhere. You know, I'm not going to drive it to the Dairy Queen with that crap in there. So we're going to pull all that out with the possible exception of the headliner. The carpets need to come out, seats need to come out. Seat covers, front and back, they're really hard and they split the seams, and so we're going to see what we can do about that. Probability is we're going to take a couple seats out of one of the other cars, stick them in there, maybe put some covers on it, because those seats aren't that great either. So, but they're better than what we got here.
All right.
So that's going to be a Bill, son of Chaos, and Bob job to do that. Don't have to worry about that. We'll handle that.
As long as it's right. I have terrible allergies, so.
Oh yeah, well, we'll use you as a test case. You know, if we're down the road and Tony's got his head hanging out the window, then it's we didn't do our job. Air conditioning, that's got to be done because not only is it going to be a necessity the third week of July, which we plan on taking the trip for the people involved, but also we got to keep the fuel cool. There's an intercooler in there that has to be working. So that, being that was one of your specialties when you were a Ford technician of long standing, that's your job. Pre-inspection, that's going to be all hands on deck. When we get all this stuff, it's running, it's reliable, it's comfortable, it's drivable, then we're going to put it up in the stands and we're going to check everything underneath. You know, all the suspension stuff and just make sure that all the hoses aren't leaking and just all that stuff that If it does break down, it's going to ruin a road trip because you don't want to spend half of a road trip on the side of the road. So,
Yep.
okay, there it is. Any questions?
Yeah, why do 3 of the items have my name on them and only 2 have yours? And 1 with Bill.
Engine overhaul.
Just ask.
Engine overhaul.
Seems like I have a lot of responsibility.
Oh, you do. So do I. And getting it done for $100. That's going to take at least twice as long to get that done. Well, we won't go into the details of that just yet.
All right.
All will be clear later. So let's get it up on stands. Well, it does not appear to be running out the bottom.
These 2 hoses up here are really bad, though.
Yeah, we're going to have to
be replaced.
Like I said, we're going to have to, yeah,
Holy crap.
we're going to have to
Even though it's
replace.
just a fluid supply line.
Yeah, well, key being supply.
I guess, you know.
Okay, Bill, got it.
See what the heck happens.
All right, I can push it from out here. Yeah, there's nothing here, Tony, other than, I mean, I can feel.
Well, let's get the wheels off with it.
Yeah. Those tires look great. I'm going to use the Burt Monroe method. You take black shoe polish and you rub it into the cracks. Makes it look spick and span, brand new.
That's the craziest thing I ever heard.
Now, I don't know how accurate the movie was to that, but when he was out at Bonneville trying to rent his motorcycle through Tech, they said, your tires are junk. They're all cracked on the sidewalls. So what he did is he went back to the motel, bought some black shoe polish and filled in all the cracks. And then ran it at 200 miles an hour.
Hey, Dad, where's the impact rod?
Man, that's a pretty horrible oil leak there. But as luck would have it, we're putting a new engine in it. Oil leaks shall be a thing of the past.
Yeah?
You want me to do the other one too?
Hey, you're in there.
Jeez. Do you have a regular screwdriver? Yes, you do. Yep, there we go.
Oh, boys.
How do the calipers and pads look?
The pads look alright. They look like they're brand new.
Really? See, the way this car looks, it looks like when the guy bought it, he drove it for a couple of years and then started to put some money in it because, you know, the belts that we found and some other things in the car looked like he was, the tires. The tires were pretty much brand new, the ones we put on the convertible. So it looks like he was trying to get the thing ready for the road, but probably wasn't aware of the rod knock, thinking that it's maybe some lifter noise or something. Well, wrong-o.
Maybe go in the back and try to pull the exhaust over. It's that tight.
Okay. No, that's not moving.
Flip it up.
Holding, holding.
Pump it up.
Holding.
You holding?
Yeah, well, I'm holding and I'm pouring fluid in.
Oh.
And I'm whistling Dixie.
Let me know.
Okay.
Starting to get any pedal at all?
Yeah, I get about a ½ inch of release when you open the valve.
All right, hold it down.
Yep, holding. Yeah, there's about an inch.
Okay, turn or step on it. All right.
All right, let's do the front. While I'm serving my duty as the brake pedal depressor here for the brake bleeding operation, let's go through a little bit interior stuff. You can see here on the console the degree that the mildew or mold, whatever that is, it's kind of taken over in here, and it's kind of all over the place. I don't see any evidence up here in the headliner, but the carpet that I'm laying on and just about everything else has got a pretty liberal coating. You can see on the steering wheel here that it's taken hold there. Now I got good news and bad news on the wood up here. The bad news is the finish is flaking off. The good news is the wood seems to be in reasonably good shape. So, except for down here, of course, these small pieces, but those are easy to renew the veneer on. But it looks like these are still glued firmly to the aluminum backing, and all this is going to take is a good healthy dose of a polyurethane finish, and these will come back. You can see that the door trim looks real good. So, and this is the door panel that I treated with bleach and water last fall, and it hasn't really shown up on it this year yet. So I'm thinking that might be the treatment that we need. So the carpets are particularly infested. So what we're going to do there is bleach and water, soak them real good, and then after they dry out, we're going to hit them with steam, just to seal the deal. When this car is back in shape, there's really nothing that drives like them. I mean, it's just a classy place to be, number one. Secondly, at 90 miles an hour, it's almost silent with the exception of a little bit of A-pillar noise. And I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it right now. It's going to be cool. I'm looking forward to this trip. Probably my favorite work session so far. Yeah, just kind of hanging out, you know, getting comfortable, waiting for Tony to tell me to pump up the pedal. Okay, so are you ready to pump?
Laying around, you ready to do some work?
I'm ready. Born ready.
Hold it down.
Want me to pump it up, I assume.
That's good.
Holding. Yeah, we're feeling pedal now, buddy.
Yeah, you gotta fill this master cylinder back up. The calipers look like they're in good shape back there, and everything seems to be working. I mean, it probably won't be a bad idea to lube the slides on them and stuff, but like I said, it looks like there's new pads in the back.
Yeah. There are no slides on these, Tony.
Oh, there's pistons on both sides.
Yep, right.
Hold it down.
Holding.
Yeah, this hose over here looks okay too.
Man, that feels good.
Hold it down. Yeah, starting to get some rust out of here now. Pump it up.
That feels pretty solid. The fluid looks rusty?
Yeah, I can see. The backs are okay. But these fronts need to be overhauled.
Okay.
And you got to take these things off anyways. I mean, these motors are really...
Yeah.
Okay, so you have another set of calipers that we're going to overhaul.
Right.
You got another set of
rotors that can be turned. Yeah.
We'll just get all the parts together and then take it apart and put it back together.
Right. So we could...
All right.
By the time I get the hubs greased.
Let me go back underneath there and see what those
Okay. While you're doing that, I'll see what I can make out of the bottom.
Pads look fine. The calipers seem to be working.
Yeah.
I'm better at getting out of work than I am doing the work. Yeah, these aren't so bad. Those will clean up. A couple of break-ins and this will be cleaned up back here. A couple of little guys driving through the desert or where in the hell we're ever going. Hopefully we don't go off the road and hit a cactus or something.
What do you think?
They look like rotors. They look like they're ready to go.
Spec-wise. Spec-wise, in terms of thickness, I mean, they appear to be even.
We got 9, 25, 32.
932. All right. So we got 30 thousandths plus to play with.
by the time we machine them out,
Yeah.
they would be no
Yeah.
good.
Well, tell you what, I got another pair. Yeah, you can feel this one significantly
Yeah, it's a little bit
thinner.
higher.
Yeah. Okay, so you want to take those two and turn those?
If they're not warped, then we should be okay.
So this one is,
That one's under.
Yeah.
That one's actually junk. So.
okay. So let's see what else we got.
You know what we did though Saturday? You would have loved it. You should have came over and filmed it. We had, I have a circle driveway. Yeah, it's a drive-through driveway. So, I mean, it's huge.
Like super fancy like that.
Yeah, yep. They got a big center island and everything else.
Wow.
And my wife, she has her own home health aid business.
Right.
And so over the years, when people pass on, she gets a lot of their equipment because they don't want it anymore. They've bought it, and so now we have like 8 walkers at our house. Them walker things. They have the little seat on them. So we had driveway derby at my house. We had, I think we had 6 couples that actually competed, and one person had to sit in the thing, and then the other person had to push them around. And then after once around, they had to switch, and then go around again. And we only had 3 wipeouts, and we actually broke one of the folded it up like nothing. We were outside. We kept social distancing. Most of them were neighbors, so if they wanted to, they could just go back to their house, And
That's it for Rooter. I got the parts car. What I will do tomorrow is I will jack it up, and unless we got the time to do it right now, it wouldn't take long. Tell you what, I'll go get the thing jacked up, and you figure out what we need.
what's going on? Tire won't come off.
Tire won't come off.
Uh-oh. Come on, Bruce Lee. Back on the back side. Come on, Bruce Lee. I don't like you laying underneath there with no stand underneath it. I'll go grab my hammer.
What about a pry bar? A big pry bar. This pry bar, or crowbar, has been doing yeoman service on this place since 1916. Don't ask me what I paid for it. There we go.
All right.
I love laying in the dirt.
Just a natural element.
There you go.
There you go, buddy, for you. All for you. And once again, the parts car gives of itself so others may live.
Hopefully I'm taking the right bolt out.
Well, if that corner of the car falls off, you'll know it's not. Got her? Perfect.
Get that pry bar?
I do. What size would you like? Medium, large?
Oh my God.
We've got pry bars for all occasions here.
think that's where you're gonna find the problem? Oh, come on. These freaking things are everywhere, man.
Some peanut?
I don't know what these are, but they sure ain't the heck out of them. They loved them, whatever they were. The bottom side of the car is packed full of them, too.
You know what's really interesting here is that they've eliminated the switch on the water pump for the electric fan, and they put this aftermarket unit on here, kind of like the one that we had on the Cadillac Panamericana Racer. And the interesting thing is that they've just got the probe just kind of hanging out in the breeze here. I think what we may want to do, if we want to retain this, first of all, I've got what's that?
I think we should.
Well, the thing is, the reason he went to this is that he had a heating problem. He wanted that thing going all the time, or as much as necessary to keep the engine cool. What I'd like to do is to, if that switch is okay, I'd like to, being the fact that we're going to have a fresh engine in it and shouldn't have the overheating issues, what I'd like to do is restore the original system. And wonder how good this fan is. Yeah, this fan feels really good. And then make sure that it's working when we turn the AC on. I'd like to return it back to original as much as possible. I mean, it's never going to be a show car, but I mean, we're putting.
Nice to have one of these laying around, though.
Oh yeah, throw it in the trunk. So anyway, I'm excited. You excited? You look excited.
I'm so thrilled.
Man. I gotta take a nap. So we got everything done today that we really needed to. So if you like what you see, subscribe, like us, follow us on social media, and join us next time for the part 2 of Old Texas Rebirth on the Camp Chaos Chronicles.